In the mirror there's a stranger, something familiar in those eyes. In the mirror there's a stranger, piercing stare, just look at the knives.
Cross my heart, hope to cry. There were some nights I wish I died. Prayed in the dark for a while. The broken wings, they still fly. They still fly. They still fly. Yeah.
What is up, YouTube fam? It's your favorite unapologetic lesbian. We're not back with another one. This actually is a more kind of serious one, I guess you could say. I just wanted to take a minute and explain more of my addiction and my recovery. So, I've said in other videos prior that, I did graduate high school. I was an athlete. This tattoo is a rose actually for my softball coach I had growing up. At 5 years old, I was going to his camps, his softball camps. But he died in 2017 of pancreatic cancer. But I graduated high school. Like, I had big dreams. I had big plans. And I am to blame for them dreams being crushed. But there's also a driving force behind that blame. I was pretty much the underdog, I guess you could say. Basketball coach didn't like me because I'm gay, and I got cut from the team my senior year. Like, there was only 4 seniors to try out. I was one of them, and for whatever reason, wanted to make a point or something, but cut me. It came out later that it was because I was gay. And then I found out later on that this coach was asked to step down from head coach and not coach anymore at all. And that was by the PTO. Or the PTA, whatever it is that deals with sports. Yeah. After that, I tried to go to college. I wanted to be a firefighter because I had been a firefighter volunteering. I was a junior firefighter, and then I was a senior firefighter. And then something personal happened at the department that me and my family were a part of. So I'm not saying firefighters in general, but we stopped being firefighters with that department. But I wanted to continue it. And I didn't want to go around to different colleges every weekend for however long it was going to take to get my firefighter 1 and 2 certification. So I just wanted to go to the college and knock it out because the community college offered it. Well, when I went to have the meeting or the whatever you want to call it about enrolling me to be a firefighter, or, at least going to college to be a firefighter, I was literally looked at in my face, in my eyes, and told I needed to go back to fundamental math and reading in order to proceed forward with any course. Okay, so you just told me I'm too stupid for college? Okay. All right. It wasn't, I'd say, maybe a month, 2 months later, I had found the wrong crowd. And then not even a year later, I had already shoved a needle in my arm. Yeah. And that was it. And in all honesty, I was trying to save someone else. I met a girl, and I just wanted to help. I wanted to get her away from whatever was doing what it was to her. And then I found out what it was, and it actually sucked me in as well. And I was sucked in for 5 years of my life. I did do bad things during that time. Being in active addiction, you're not a good person. You're not. You may have good characteristics about yourself and good qualities about yourself, but you're not a good person. You do bad things. You steal, you rob, you do this, you do that. Like, I did my dirt, and then the universe slapped me in the face, and I sat down. I sat down for 30 days. And I had the choice. I had the choice of going into jail for 30 days, doing 30 days flat, or going to jail and doing it every weekend. So that's just 2 days. Friday night to Sunday morning. I chose to go 30 days flat, just go ahead and get it all over with, instead of stretching it out. I will say I broke the first 2 days and I wanted to leave. But then I put on my big girl panties. I cowgirled the fuck up, and I finished the 30 days. I left that place and said I was never returning, and now here I sit. 8.5 years later. And all it took was, right after I got out of jail, seeing one video that Ryan Upchurch. It was not music. It was not a troll video. It was actually a more serious video. Granted, some people will argue and say that he was being an asshole. No, he wasn't. I'm living proof that this video specifically I am talking about. He was sitting in I guess it was a van. He was sitting in a vehicle. It was just him. And he was talking about diseases and drug addiction. And what he said, I half agreed and I half disagreed. You know, drug addiction is a disease, but there are some cases, like myself, where it's a choice that led to a disease. And hearing a stranger on a phone, at this point, I didn't really know who Ryan Upchurch was. I didn't know that he did music. I didn't know anything about him. I had seen one previous video from my brother months prior at, I think it was a family event, but he showed me, it was I guess a vine of church doing some country thing, and he goes, "Bruh, bruh." That's how you say it, right? Bruh. That's the only other video I saw of him. I didn't know who he was. But there's this man sitting on my phone on Facebook talking about addiction and how it's not a disease. The very end of the video is what got me. He basically said, "I'm only telling you this to make you go better yourself." And I took those words to literal heart. And now here I sit over 8.5 years later. Over 8.5 years later. Like, yeah, some people, like I said, may seem like he's being an asshole in that video. No, he was really trying to help at least one person out there, and he did. He at least helped me. I am one person. I took those words to literal heart, and I still do. Every day that I wake up, I try and make myself better than I was the day before. The literal day before. Not a week before, not a month before, not a couple days ago, not a couple years ago. Every single morning that these eyes open, I aim by the end of that night to be better than the day I was prior. And it's not, I will admit, it's not an easy road. It's not. You know, I've done this with pretty much no fucking help. It's no disrespect. It is literally no disrespect to NA and AA. They didn't help me. Okay? There is some people it's better I don't speak to, but in order to pass the 12 steps, you got to do it. You got to go speak to these people. If I go speak to these people, I won't have my recovery. Like, there's certain things with NA and AA that it just didn't work for me. And again, it's no disrespect. I'm not knocking them. They've helped millions of other people. But it just didn't help me. I'd have to look every day. I have to look in the mirror at my reflection and tell myself no. That is the hardest part. Some people may say, oh, that's easy to do. No, it's really not. When every ounce of your body wants something that you know is not good for you, that you know has a very traumatic outcome, that is a lot harder than you think. Being able to look at yourself and say, no, you don't need it. You actually don't want it. Your mind just tells you it does. That is how I have been clean for over 8.5 years. And, you know, I find it heartening, heartbreaking. The amount that we go through as humans. And there is avenues like that, like drugs, to take away the pain, but it's just, that pain is temporary. That pain ain't going anywhere until you deal with it. And whatever vice it is for you, however you do it, that's only a temporary fix. I mean, think of pain medicine. That's only a temporary fix until the pain goes away, or you've done what you've needed to do to have that area fixed. The one thing I've learned in recovery, it is in fact mind over matter. It is mental. That's why I say it is a disease, but some people, they don't have the choice to do it. They're forced to do it. They don't know they've done it. And there are people like me that do choose to do it. I know quite a few people who has looked me in the eyes and admitted to me they are never going to stop until it takes them out. That is a choice. That's not a disease. That is a choice. But here I am. I could be like that. I could be like, fuck it, I don't know. There's some very few people that know exactly what's going on in my life right now. You can ask any one of those people, what's going on in my life right now is more than enough concoction for any person in recovery to say, fuck it, and scream that drug addict anthem, fuck it. But I don't want it. I want what I have now. I want what I've gained throughout the past 8.5 years. I know that that's just a temporary fix for me. And I'm only speaking for myself right now. I'm not speaking for other people in general when it comes to addiction and recovery. That's why the intro to this video is HGambro's Addiction Recovery. This is my story. And for me, it's literally a mental battle every day. It is a mental battle every day. And my goal every day is to win that battle. You know, the world is at war right now, right? Everywhere we look, we see on the news, war, war, war. How about an internal war until the day you clock out? I have an internal war inside of me, inside of my head, every day. And I will have it for the rest of my life, every day. I have to look at myself and tell myself no, and mean it wholeheartedly. And I'm just telling y'all this in hopes that it does help somebody out there, that they do see it is possible. I am living, breathing proof of it. I'm real. I'm real. This ain't AI, this ain't fake. I'm sorry, AI can't make teeth like this. Yeah, I don't like showing my teeth. You know, when you inject toxins into your blood veins, that goes to your teeth. So crack cocaine and heroin has went to these teeth and painkillers. So yeah, I need my teeth worked on, and I take care of them as best as I can, but the damage is already done. The damage is actually quite the opposite. The damage started during drugs because I was using that heavy. And yeah, like I've had teeth pulled since I got clean. I've had dentists literally tell me, these gotta go. That there's no helping them. There is no saving them. That's 100% due to my addiction. You know, you can wear away your teeth by not brushing them and taking care of them. Okay, think of coming from inside. That's twice as quick. Not to mention, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't that cleanly. I did shower and shit, but I didn't brush my teeth the way I was supposed to whenever I was on drugs. That didn't help. So yeah, my teeth are now paying the price of that. And guess what? My dumbass fault. So I don't necessarily open my mouth fully. But that's why I'm made this video. Is to help somebody out there. Living, breathing proof that being in recovery, getting into recovery is possible. Now, when I say I did this on my own, I had people I could talk to that I trusted that were not on drugs. And I will say, of the 3 things in NA and AA that they tell you, or rehab, change your people, places, and your things. Okay, sometimes you ain't got the funds to change your places. Okay? I didn't have the funds to change my places. I had to go. I still to this day. I've done videos on it. I've done videos on some of the spots that I went to and hung out at and ran around when I was on drugs. Like you can't. Sometimes you can't afford to change your places. But what you can change, and this is 100% fact and true, and I know because I've done it, and now look at where I'm sitting. You can change your people and your things. Change the people you talk to. Talk to people that's not on drugs. Talk to people that uplift you, that help you. And talk to people, or the things you do. If you start getting bored, idle hands are the devil's playground. If you start getting bored, find a hobby. And I hate to say it, resort back to your inner child. Start coloring. And if coloring was something you did while you were, gone, find something else. There are a million things that you can do to distract your mind when you're bored. Read a book. Watch a TV show. Do not watch anything related to drugs. That's not going to help. That's going to make you want to go. There are ways to do this. There are. If NA and AA don't help like they did in me, and again, it's no disrespect. It's no hate towards them. They've helped millions. Just not for me. There is ways. There is. And one of the things that has helped me the absolute most in 8.5 years is a saying, you are only as sick as your secrets. Okay? If I have the thought to go use and I don't speak on that thought, worry about me. Because I won't be here. If I have a thought cross my head to go use, I contact 1 of 4 people and let them know, hey, I had this thought. I'm just letting you know that so it's out of my head. And guess what? It doesn't matter which one of them 4 people I text and say that to. They're texting me back, all right, thank you for letting me know. It's the last thing I ever said about it. Because I got it out of me. I didn't let that thought just simmer and sit and go to the back of my head and then eat away at me. I got it out as soon as I recognized it. So then it was no longer up here. And when you do find somebody to tell, it needs to be a person that's going to tell you no and mean it. Now, I'm going to circle all the way back for a second to the church video. That video was tough love. That's the way I took it. And that's what you need. You need somebody to come in and give you tough love and tell you no and mean it in a very loving, caring, protecting way than to just enable and say yes and give it so you'll go, because they love you and they don't want to hear you cry and they don't want to see you in pain and they don't this and that. No. Sometimes you need that tough love. That's it. I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. I wasn't getting tough love from my family. I found that tough love again at this time, 8.5 years ago, from a stranger online. That all I knew was his name was, at this time, Upchurch the Redneck. That's all I knew. Again, I didn't know he was singing. He was a stranger online, or rapping and singing. He was just a stranger online to me. But a stranger online saved my life 8.5 years ago. Straight saved my life. I say saved my life because if I'd have went backwards, there would have been no hope for me. My family was going to be done with me. I was going to be completely cut off from every blood family member I have. So the only family I would have had is the streets. The streets is what I had had for 5 years. And I seen where that led me. I got stabbed. A centimeter away from my jugular vein, almost died. That's what the streets gave me. So, I say that he saved my life. A stranger saved my life. Because it's true. But I'm not going to make this video any longer. I just wanted to talk a little bit again on my addiction and my recovery. When I do these videos, they're not planned out. It's just literally when I feel it, when I feel to speak on it, I hit record. So I never know what's going to come out of here because words. I don't know what's going to come out of here because it's coming from here, my heart. I truly want to help others out there, either actively in addiction or battling in their recovery. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be known for. Going down in history for, I guess you could say. And I mean, I ain't shit. I ain't. I'm just a stay-at-home wife, mother, that's a recovering addict that likes to do YouTube videos. I ain't shit. But if my ain't shit ass can record a video and help at least one person out there, so be it. And that's why it comes from here and not wrote out, or typed out where I'm reading it. Nah, I want you to know that the words I'm speaking are coming from my heart. If I can do this, you can do this. Recovery is possible, and it is beyond beautiful. And it's just right there. Right there. All you got to do is take that step and say no more. And mean it. Truly deep down in your heart and soul, to your core, mean it. Mean no, and tell yourself that as many times as you need to, and every day for the rest of your life. You will get the biggest reward from it. Promise. And I don't make promises, because don't make promises you can't keep. My life is continuously being rewarding. There are struggles. There are trials and tribulations. Don't get it twisted. It is hard, but it is very rewarding. Now, I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. I hope y'all stay safe. Have fun. Everybody in Florida, y'all are in my prayers. And here in North Carolina, everyone they are still in my prayers. I'm sending love and healing energy. Now, much love, y'all. Keep that head up. Stay blessed.
I ain't saying that I'm better, I'm the rookie to the game. But they won't know me for my overdose, they'll know me for my name.
So if you're hating me, there better be a reason why. Or
We're sorry, your call cannot be
bye bye.